Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Farm Talk Friday. It is March 15th, 2024. My name is Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna.
Hey, Annie.
You giving up on the glasses already?
Yeah, they're just, that's too much.
Okay.
That's our ring light.
Yeah. All right, so we missed last week, but we try to do it every week. We're here in Costa Rica at our little tiny permaculture farm. There's a chicken tractor. There's another one right there. Our girls are hopefully laying eggs. They've been laying quite well lately.
Mm-hmm. Especially ghee.
They lay the greatest tasting eggs in the world. I'm not kidding about that. It's just amazing. Beautiful blue skies. You cannot tell how absolutely unbearably hot it is today. Oh my goodness. So we moved down here about 8 years ago. I used to be in a band called the Crystal Method. My wife is a mermaid and a super dancer, and she has a nonprofit called Green Wave. Check her out. Check out Green Wave at greenwave.eco. All right.
Anyway, okay.
So, first, before we get started, sometimes I have to introduce my t-shirt and help you read backwards. That says Blackfin Free Diving.
It's hard to read backwards.
Had the privilege of free diving in some cenotes in Mexico, and these guys are the finest free diving instructors, guides in the Riviera, Mexican Riviera. What's it called? The Playa Riviera? The
Yucatan?
something Riviera.
Yeah,
Anyway,
okay.
it's like Cancun, Playa Carmen, Cozumel, Tulum, that area. All right, so we are freshly back from the Envision Music and Cultural Festival that happens every year on the mainland of Costa Rica in Uvita.
It means mainland not because we're on an island, but we're on a peninsula, and so it's not like Hawaii,
Yeah, right.
where they call the U.S. mainland.
Yeah, right. But yeah, we're on a peninsula, and we have to take a ferry to get here, so
Yeah.
there is a mainland to us from our
Yes.
perception. Anyway, it's a great festival. They do many things incredibly well. There's only like 8,000 people there. But seems like consistently a lot of people get sick with the stomach bug.
Yeah, I don't think we should talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I went down this year. I didn't know I was volunteering for that, but
Yeah.
apparently it was my year.
I got
So,
sick last year, so
Yeah.
we're taking turns. All right. Anyway, it's a great festival. And right, so we often start the show by talking about this week's advertisement. Giovanna always makes a wonderful ad, and this week it seemed to be like a permaculture pinup or something. What was that?
It was a permaculture pinup.
All right.
So I have a little series going called Plant Your Protein. And the advert was for Freehold Apollo. So Freehold Apollo, we have two different stages here. This is, when it's green. And then this is when we harvest it, when it's brown. And I don't know, maybe we could eat them like green beans. I just haven't been told that that's okay. So we harvest them kind of dry, and then we continue to dry them a little bit. We've opened them up before. It's a small bean. Oops. And they can be black, or they can be kind of like varied colors, like different tones of tan. So they're really pretty, and they're a small bean, but they're really delicious. So we enjoy them. And I just posted before we went live from this last trip. We did a harvest, and we had our workers do the harvest, and so we had like a big bowl of dried beans. So now I need to put them into jars and then freeze them for at least 3 days, which kills like the little things that we can't see on them. And then they're ready to, either stay frozen until we need them, or turn into beans to fill our bellies when our bellies are acting normal. Oh, and this is the flower actually of the Freehold Apollo. Really pretty little yellow flower.
Super pretty.
So yeah, so this
Honey,
week's was...
your nails look fantastic.
Ah, thank you, baby.
And your hair.
Thank you. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Just got those done in San Jose. Thank you, honey. That's very nice. So, anyway, so last week, I just want to say that we really did have the intention of doing Farm Talk Friday last week. Ken kept asking me. I said, yes, we're doing it. We're doing it. Even that day, I said, we're doing it. And then we just realized, like, we can't do it. There was just no way we were going to be able to do it that day. We're really sorry to disappoint anyone that might have been waiting by their phones. Just kidding. To see us pop on live. But we actually know that a lot of people that watch this show go to Envision too, so we didn't feel too bad.
Yeah.
Just a little bit bad. So if you were one of the ones that missed out on the show last week, sorry about that. Hopefully we can make it up this week.
All right.
So,
how's our bees doing?
well, I don't know. Did we even tell anyone that we got bees?
Oh.
That's the thing.
Have you posted
Hello?
any photos?
No.
Okay,
We got bees.
We're gonna post some photos of our little beehive
Ken's
box.
making a note so that we know what to follow up on next week. I did write guru on our beehive. I can get into that some other time. But yeah, we have little Mariola bees, and we don't know what we're doing. And good thing, because we don't need to yet until I guess it gets too heavy with honey, and then we'll have to figure it out. But I mean, we've talked to enough people that have had them, and they're very low maintenance. We know that they can't be in direct sun, so we've placed them in the best spot that we know of so far. But I think that there's probably going to have to be adjustment during the rainy season, and I don't know. They're very cute. Like, I go in there and
well, the bees totally know what they're doing.
The bees totally know what they're doing. Yeah, so they don't really need us to baby them too much. Yeah, I think they're just grateful. Like, okay, cool. Thanks for hosting us. But yeah, they know what they're doing. And actually, Jasmine, who is like the co-founder of Rancho Delicioso, she's super knowledgeable about bees. And so we had a conversation with her, and she said at a dinner, so I was asking her about it, and she was like, it's really cool because they, at like 5 o'clock, they start close. So they make this little spout that comes out. And no matter what house they have, like whether they're in a tree or whatever, they always have this little spout that they make, and they go in and out of that. And at 5 o'clock, they start sealing it up. And there might be like a guard outside, but they seal it up for the night. And then at like 5 a.m., they reopen it. And that's so that nothing gets in during the night. And I thought that was really cool, and I have observed that. So
just like chickens.
Sort of. Yeah.
It's amazing the circadian rhythm of all animals. We sleep at night. We, seal up our bee boxes at night.
There's a lot of nightlife, though.
Yeah.
There's nocturnal animals.
Well, but they have a circadian rhythm
yeah,
too.
Of course.
They do their stuff at night, and then they must sleep during the day.
They sleep during the day. Yeah. Different schedules, but they have schedules. Yeah, so very cute. And then, so I saw something. It wasn't, I don't know if today's Friday. Of course it's Friday, because it's Farm Talk Friday. So it wasn't this week, because we were still coming back from Envision. And then it must have been like right before we went to Envision. And I was coming into this little casita. And I didn't tell you about this, but I saw an iguana, and it had a lizard in its mouth.
What?
Like a gecko in its mouth. And it looked at me like it was guilty. Like it knew I would judge it as being a cannibal.
Because everyone says the iguanas are totally vegan.
Vegetarian.
Just eating leaves and whatever.
Yeah. And so, again, Jasmine, she's a wealth of knowledge. She's super funny. I love Jasmine. She always says these things. She like, when we moved down here, she's like, ants. One day you're just gonna like pick up your coffee and there's gonna be ants in it, and you'll just say, and drink it anyway. And I laughed at her, And you know, that day sometimes does come. And she's talking about like the most microscopic ants that we have.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're just like, whatever. And you know, if your cup's already full of something, you're just like, I'm not gonna toss that. Just now for the little black ants, like you know, those are fire ants. We would probably not do that. Anyways, Jasmine told me about iguanas. She's like, everybody says that iguanas are vegetarian. She's like, and they're not. I saw one. They ate one of my baby chicks. It's like, what? And so, I mean, I could buy that the iguana ate an egg, or, but she was like, no, it ate a baby chick. I saw it in its mouth. And so I saw this iguana like running under the house, and it looked at me and it had a tail hanging out of it. And I was like, oh, you are a carnivore. And it ran away. I don't know if it was feeling shame or what kind of feelings that they have, but it did seem like it was trying to hide what it was doing from me.
Crafty iguanas.
Yes, non-vegetarian iguanas.
What else do we have going on here?
Well, I wanted to give a couple shout outs.
Okay.
So a shout out first to Memory. Memory. So we know her from the past, and Hooper, and she's been super great. And I mentioned once a few Farm Talk Fridays ago that I wanted like ideas for permaculture pinup cartoons, and she went in a slightly different direction, but a very cool direction. And I was finally able to, thanks AI. To kind of create some of her ideas. One of them was like composting captains, and she had this like very specific look that she wanted them to be in like airline pilot suits or something. But it's very cute. It's on the Permaculture Pinup Pinterest page. And I just feel like it was inspiring that she came up with like these little phrases and sayings, and so it's continued to help shape the work. And so I'm really liking what's happening on Permaculture Pinup. You can check us out on Instagram, so the / Permaculture Pinup, and then we have from there in the bio line, you can get everywhere else to the website, to our Pinterest. So hopefully it helps inspire you. And if you feel like creating your own permaculture pinup, just try to tag us. To help spread the idea. We want gardening and growing your own organic food, permaculture to be sexy and playful and fun and widespread. So let's go, team.
Yeah.
And then the second shout out to Harry and Sue, who were very kind in hosting us one night before Envision Festival. And they just posted a photo of so we saw part of it, like when we were there, they're like, that's going to be our area. They just moved to a new home, our organic garden. And hello everyone that's on, by the way. And so they finally filled their beds today. So I think
lots of
stuff.
Lots of soil. Lots
Yeah.
of good-looking soil.
Good looking soil.
Yeah.
But when we were there, they had only like half the roof on. And so anyways, good luck, you guys. I'm sure it's going to be great. It's super fun, obviously, as you know, to grow your own. And
Okay, we have big news.
huge.
Do you want to do more show and tell first, or no? We did everything.
No, we could do show and tell first.
Okay.
Okay. So show and tell this week is, it's an eco break. And here's some things that I put in there from the Festival Cabana Band. Yes. The regular festival band is fabric and maybe shouldn't really be in the eco brick, but I didn't know where to put it. So I decided I would put it in there, and covered in plastic, smashed in plastic, I think it's going to be mostly okay. And then Sophia, I'll just give you a shout out, Sophia. Sophia Tom's having a retreat soon. She gave me a sticker, and I'm not really like a sticker girl. Like some people like to put stickers all over the place, like on their cars or on their reusable water canteens. And, you know, I accepted the sticker, and if I do take something from somebody, I like to be as responsible as possible. So this was my solution. So, it's not trash, it's an eco brick. And Sophia, I gave you a shout out. So hopefully you're not offended by that. And then the second show and tell comes from the festival. And I guess it's a shout out in a way to Samia's Planté. So we know of this company from a couple different stores, Green Center in San Jose, mostly. Yeah. And they have beautiful seeds, and I got to meet the owner. So here's all the, I'm trying to do something tricky. Ta-da! Seeds that we got when we were at Envision. So we can't plant these until May, but we got some nice stuff. So we got some squash and some mustard greens and some new kinds of beans. And
did they have lemon cucumber?
I thought I got you something. Okra.
That's okay.
Pepino suya. Oh, I got this for you. Pepino sandia.
So it's like watermelon cucumber.
Well, I don't think it tastes like watermelon.
Right,
it just looks like watermelon.
That's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah. So they have a beautiful catalog, and I just really have an appreciation for people that like are doing this whole like seed thing. Like I created a guide for Las Vegas for permaculture, and I can't remember her name right now, but she has, I don't know, she's just like a seed advocate, and like Vandava Shiva, like they're just like the people that are really into seeds are super inspiring. And so I would highly recommend, especially if you live in Costa Rica, to check out Samia's Planté, and they have the catalog that they might share, but of course it's better, since we're on digital stuff anyways, save the paper. Trees should not just be used for paper. They're beautiful living beings. So go to the website.
All right, now, here's the farm. Right there, basically. Right there. Okay, it's a long story.
So we want to hear the story.
All right, here in Costa Rica, they have this product, and it's called pejibaje, or peach palm. And it's this really hard fruit that kind of looks like a peach. And you can cook it for a super long time and eat it with mayonnaise, or you can make soup out of it and a few other things too. And it's really good. It's really delightful. And what's great about the peach palm is it has two foods, basically. It's a perennial, so you don't have to keep replanting it. It just keeps going. But you can harvest like one of the little branch thingies, I'm sure. It's probably a better name
or a
for
stalk.
It. Stalk. And then you can harvest hearts of palm. So it's hearts of palm.
So we're told.
It's hearts of, well, no, this is true. I've seen it. It's hearts of palm and pejibaje. It's like the greatest
combo.
Perennial. Yes, yeah. We're super excited.
Well, greatest by our taste standards.
So listen, years ago, how many years ago? 4 years?
4 or 5 years ago, yeah.
We're like, we got to get pejibaje. We have to plant pejibaje. Where do we go to get pejibaje? There's no pejibaje plants around here, so of course we went to the town of Pejibaje. So we're like, clearly that's the place to go. So we go to Pejibaje. We're looking around. We don't see any Pejibaje anything. We're
nothing.
We're just kind of prowling the area. So eventually we ask, I don't know, a gas station or something.
We ask everybody in the town of Pejibaje.
Like, does anyone sell Pejibaje around?
Like, they didn't even know what it was.
Finally we were told, oh, no, this is not where you get them. It's this other town. It's about 15 minutes away. It's called Turicares or something. Turicares, I think. And so we went there, and sure enough, we found plenty of people who were cultivating
selling
them, and that's where they have the festival every year, the Pejibaje Festival, which we're gonna go to one day. So we planted and we waited and we babied them, and so we don't have Pejibaje yet. We don't have a fruit, but just the other day we saw flowers.
Yes.
So that's a good sign that fruit may be on the way.
Fruit's on the way, for sure. And it's interesting. It looks like a coconut that has split open.
Yeah.
And that, the little, what do we even call those? Like, I guess they call it like a peach palm because they kind of look like peaches, but they're super hard. But they're forming. The things are forming. And it's very exciting.
Yeah.
And I had a pep talk with the plants before we left for Envision, and it seems like it has worked. So
good job, honey. Good job.
And it is our tallest one out there. We really can't see it, I guess. I guess they're more in this direction.
Yeah.
How do we do that? Okay.
Yeah, that's
so like the
kind
tallest
of
one, like right there.
That's our little field of Pidgey behavior.
Yeah. So I guess they need to get this tall, and then maybe the rest of them will go. But it is the tallest one right now that has flowered. So woo, we're so excited. That to me is a huge milestone in food sustainability for here.
Yes.
So, Jonty, hello. Hi guys, my son just planted his first seed and it's growing quickly. Can you give me some tips for beginner gardening? Well, what is it? Let's see. Seymour. I don't know how to use your new phone.
Well, all right. I'm not sure what you planted, but
Can you click on that?
I'm afraid to.
Oh,
I might
okay.
turn off everything. So don't overwater.
Sunflower. Okay.
Don't overwater at the beginning. You just want to mist it. Plant the seed only the depth.
Well, they already planted it. It's growing.
Oh, okay. Great.
So they just want tips on like how to keep it alive.
Yeah, you'll want to keep changing the pot size to give it room. What else?
Well, you're more in the seed but like what I learned pretty early on was like I didn't really, I don't have children. I like children. But I'm, and I'm like motherly in different ways, but like I like cutting things and, like the chop and drop. And so like the preciousness of like seeding and transplanting was a little tedious for me. So Ken actually did much more of that and still does sometimes. But I would say he's right. Like initially you want to mist it because if you pour water on top of it, it'll, it might fall over. It could weaken the roots. And this is the same, like if you plant like small trees or something and what we have to deal with here, we have to be careful in how we plant things, even though rainy season, it's like, yay, rain. This is torrential rains that we get here sometimes. So we have to be really mindful about, what we're planting and when and what kind of rain it's going to get because it could get washed out. And so the same thing would apply, like if you are having a little seed in a small place, you don't want to pour a bunch of water into it and then it's like drowning. So, often the back of a seed packet will have kind of beginner instructions, and then there's some great, books that you can get as well. So you're welcome, Jonty, and I will try to like send you some more stuff in the comments later. All
right. Anything else, my love?
Yeah, I just want to say, we got back Wednesday. Yeah. So we kind of had Thursday. We're lots of activity these days. Not being here. So I always go out and like I look around because that's a big thing for permaculture in general is just like being observant about what's going on. And, it's like the hottest time of the year. And I started paying attention to like who's got leaves right now. Like, who do we have planted? Like, oh, you dropped your leaves completely and you still have them. Okay, that's good to know. So walking through our food forest, I noticed that our guanabanas pretty much have their leaves. Like they haven't really lost any leaves. But then we have this other fruit that when I walk people through on food forest tours, it's kind of like a guanabana-like plant. And I just can't, I'm like, it's not canistel and it's not it's some other one. Anyways, but that tree has lost all of its leaves. And it's not that it's not being watered because we have a drip system on everything. So it's probably just like that tree loses its leaves. And, you know, I think like as far as like planting ideas, it's important for me to know like, okay, you know, sometimes you want plants to lose their leaves because that creates mulch. And then it might be nice to know who's keeping their leaves for shade in the summer. So, so I'm kind of taking inventory of that right now.
All right.
It's all about strategy.
Yeah. Okay. We will see you next week from an undisclosed location.
Maybe, if we're allowed. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
shoot. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see if Harish allows us to.
See you next week on Farm Talk Friday.